Welcome to the Sydney Stoma channel. My name's Chris. How are you? Hope you are doing really well. So it's been a long time. It's been a very long time since I put out a video on this channel. And there's reasons for that really. I'm not in YouTube to become YouTube famous or any of that type of thing. I just put out videos that I think may help people. That's the sole reason I do YouTube for. It's the sole reason Sydney Stoma channel exists. It's just to help people, for no other reason. So that's why there's quite often big gaps between my videos, because I only want to talk about things that I think are relevant and that are going to help people. There you go. Spiel over. Anyway, how are you? Hope you're all okay. So this video is talking about, as per the thumbnail, is about kind of cost of living crisis a little bit and the cost of prescription charges in the UK. Now I say UK, I think prescriptions in Wales are free, and I'm not entirely sure how they work in Scotland, so this may be only valid to people that live in England. So if you are watching this video from anywhere outside of the UK, it's probably not going to benefit you, but I appreciate you dropping in and having a look and maybe even watching the video. So thank you very much for that. So as we know, there's certainly a cost of living crisis in the UK, where lots of things are rising in prices, from fuel for petrol and diesel. So I'm talking about fuel in your vehicles. Those prices have gone up. They've dropped slightly. They have come down slightly, but it's still a lot of money compared to how it was a number of years ago. Food prices certainly in the UK have gone up. I've certainly noticed it. They've really kind of ticked up a bit. Certainly been ticking up in the last year, and some things have risen quite dramatically in prices. There's many reasons for that, and there's politics involved in that, and I'm not going into the politics of everything and what's going on in the rest of the world that's kind of affecting the UK markets. That's a minefield. I'm not going to talk about that. But we know we're all feeling the kind of squeeze of this cost of living crisis that we're in. The biggest cost of living crisis in the UK is, and probably around the world, is certainly the rise in energy bills. So we're talking about energy bills, we're talking about our gas and electric. They've gone up huge amounts of money. So much so that we're moving in. I know it may be a nice blue sky day today. We're still in September. But people are getting very concerned about the winter and heating the house. Do they heat or eat? And that's generally the phrase that's being banded around, certainly in the UK, is heat or eat. And that's worrying, because we shouldn't have to worry about eating or heating. But it is now a worry, and it is now a concern, considering food's gone up and our energy bills are going up massively. So it's a concern, and it's going to be a big concern, certainly when we hit winter, as to how people are going to survive with heating or eating. And that's wrong, really. No one around the world should struggle with either of those or be forced to struggle, etc. So that kind of brings me on to what I want to really talk about, which is prescription charges in the UK. And there are things available, a couple of options available to help you reduce the cost of your prescriptions. Now, some people that might be watching this probably know where I'm going with this and might already know the answer, and that's fantastic that you've come across these answers. But there's still a lot of people that don't know about some options to really drastically reduce the cost of your prescription charges if you have multiple items. So, and I was never aware of it. When I used to have lots of prescriptions, I think I picked up a leaflet in a hospital that detailed what I'm going to talk about, but it was never promoted to me. So what I'm going to talk about is prepayment plans for your prescriptions, but I was never explained it. No one ever told me about it, and my GP never told me, the hospital team never told me. I literally saw a leaflet one day in a hospital and I picked it up, and it saved me a lot of money. So that's what we're going to talk about. So yeah, so if you are, and this is available to everybody, you don't necessarily need to have a specific disease or illness or diagnosis. If you have lots of prescriptions, then this will help you. It's called the prepayment plans. A couple of options that you can use. So in the UK, I've made some notes. The current cost of a prescription charge in the UK, or certainly in England, is £9.35 for a prescription. That's a lot of money, isn't it? £9.35. So if you've got 3 prescriptions, that's £28.05. a lot of money. And if you're having that repeat prescription every sort of 2 or 3 weeks, that's a lot of money, isn't it, at the end of the month? You know, to keep paying that out is a lot of money. Now, what that's resulted in is some people in the UK, certainly in England, are not taking the medications they should because of the cost. Now, that's quite upsetting to hear, that people are putting their health, kind of at risk because they're not taking the medications that they should because they just can't afford to do it. And that's really not very nice to hear. And the result of that means more people are going to end up in hospital because they're not taking the medications because they can't afford to do so. That puts another stress on the already burdened NHS system that we have in England. So, yeah, I find that upsetting that people are choosing not to take medication because they can't afford it. But they don't know about these options, which is really sad that these options are not publicised enough. So if you are a person that has to have multiple prescriptions and you're not aware of these prepayment plans, then I hope this video helps, because that's what it's here for, to keep you well and to save you money at the same time, especially with everything else that's rising in price. So there's a couple of options with the prepayment plan. So you've got a 3-month plan, so you can choose just to have a 3-month plan. And that will cost you £30.25. Now for that 3 months, it's £30.25. And you can have unlimited prescriptions on that. There's no cap on it. So you can have multiple prescriptions for £30.25 with that 3-month plan. Really, really good. Now the one that I used was the 12-month plan. Now the 12-month plan, when I used it, it was slightly cheaper than it is now. I think it used to be £99 a year. It's now £108.10. Now that doesn't mean you have to pay that £108.10 in one go. You can if you want to, or you can spread that over 12 months. So if you divide that by 12, you're looking at around about £9 a month, which is a huge amount of money. So if just a single prescription is £9.35, this is about £9 a month. I think £9.10 or something, around about £9 a month. That's already cheaper than one prescription. So if you're having multiple, it's going to save you a huge amount of money. I was on, at one point, something like 7 different prescriptions. Now if you times 7 by £9.35, that's a lot of money. But with this, it's £9 odd a month, and it's unlimited, absolutely unlimited. It also covers NHS dental prescriptions as well, so that will save you money. Now the good thing about this as well is you don't have to have a diagnosis. So I've got Crohn's disease, so you don't need a diagnosis of a certain illness or disease. This is open to anybody, and if you are paying for multiple different prescriptions, then it's fine. You don't have to have a diagnosis. It's really simple to apply for it. You can go online. So if you go on type in to Google NHS prepayment prescription plan, it will take you to the right links, fill in the forms, job done. And they will send you a card which gives you an exemption card or a prepayment plan card, and you just show that when you put your prescription in. If your chemist is used to you and once they see it once, they generally don't ask to see it again, but you get a card anyway, so it'll have an ID number on it, etc., and they sometimes write that on the prescription. So yeah, but like I say, the real key point to this is you do not have to have a diagnosis of a condition. It's there, it's available for anybody, and it's gonna save you a lot of money. And if it's saving you money and you're getting the prescriptions, and hopefully your health is either going to improve or it clears something up, whatever the illness may be, and you can take your medication without worrying. So £9 a month is fantastic, and like I say, it's unlimited, and it covers NHS dental prescriptions as well. So you do have to be registered with an NHS dentist, but it's going to save you a serious amount of money. If it's a short-term thing where you know you're only going to need it for a couple of months, then the 3-month plan will probably work fine for you as well. And again, you are going to save money. So if you don't know about this, and I hope if you don't know about this and you're watching this video, then I hope it can give you some peace of mind that you can save money and you can get better. Now, I'm not on any medication. I haven't been for a number of years. But if my Crohn's disease decides to flare, well, I don't need to worry about it, because it takes me into my next point. Because I have a stoma, as you know, channel's called Sydney Stoma. And when you're having if you have a stoma, then prescription charges are, I use the word loosely, free. We pay into the National Health Service, don't we? Our national insurance contributions pay for it. But you do not have to pay for any prescriptions. And what I also mean by that is it doesn't just mean all your stoma supplies, like your bags, wipes, anything else that you require. Doesn't just mean it's only those items that are covered. It's anything is covered. So, for example, if you say you had tonsillitis, that prescription is free. You do not have to pay for that. It's not limited to the supplies you need for having a stoma. It's everything is covered. So again, there was another thing that I wasn't told about, and I can't remember how I found out about free prescriptions once I had my stoma. I knew I was getting my supplies free for my stoma, but I didn't realise it covered everything else, and I cannot remember for the life of me how I found that out. So again, you go online, you apply for an exemption card, and they send you an exemption card, which means you do not pay for any prescriptions. So if you are someone that's got a stoma, and you're paying for prescriptions, you don't have to. So go online, get your exemption card. There's lots of other illnesses, diseases that are covered in the exemption system. So if you go on the NHS website, type in exemption card for prescriptions, you will find a list of everything that's covered in there. So yeah, it's not just having a stoma. There's lots of other illnesses where you can get a complete exemption to prescription charges as well. So I'm not normally one that does this. I never normally ask people to catch just landed on the roof. I'm sitting in the summer house. I moved house recently, and there's a summer house in the garden. And these curtains are dreadful. They will be getting changed. But yeah, I'm in the summer house, and one of my cats just loves being on the roof, and I've just heard him land on the roof. I know it's to him. I've got 2 boys and 2 girl cats, because he's the only one that goes up there. He's on the roof. Anyway, waffling on. What was I saying? Can't remember what I was saying. Got sidetracked. That's what happens, isn't it? Where did I get up to? Free prescription charges, illnesses. Yeah, it's not just to do with Crohn's or having a stoma. If you've got a pre-existing medical condition, go on the website, see if it's covered in the list, and you'll be able to get free prescriptions that way as well. So hopefully it will save you money and hopefully keep you healthy. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I was talking about sharing, wasn't I? I don't normally do this, but share the video. Share the video to anyone you know that has got multiple prescriptions. Share this video with them so they can learn about the prepayment plans and hopefully save them money. So share it. Please share it with people that you know are on multiple medications and are paying for them and paying a lot of money. Share it. Let them see it. Hopefully it'll help them as well. So yeah, there you go. Never ask for my videos to be shared. But share this one because it'll help people, save people money, especially moving into winter when people are considering whether they heat their house or eat. We've also got to factor in with heat and eat, are they taking meds at the same time or are they getting iller because they're not taking their medications? So yeah, share it, share it around and I hope it's helped you. Yeah, I'm pretty much done really, but if there's any questions you need asked, any questions you want asking, pop them in the comments. I do try and reply to all my comments. I've been very busy recently and I've got some comments to catch up with and reply to, but I do try my best to reply to every single comment. So anything you want to share, pop it in the comments. I'll reply. Any help you need, pop it in the comments and I'll do my best to reply. Thank you very much for watching the Sydney Stoma channel. My name's Chris and I will see you all very soon with another video. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye now.